Why didn't Omni-Man seize Earth by force before Mark gained his powers, or even bring Mark into existence if his ultimate aim was conquest? This tale unveils the answer with stark clarity. It begins with Omni-Man, his form steeped in the blood of battle, standing resolute before his son. His voice carries a heavy resolve as he declares, "Very well, Mark, I have resolved to share the truth with you. I deem you mature enough now to comprehend my true origins." He pauses, his gaze piercing, then begins, "I hail from Viltrum, a fact I've not concealed, though it differs vastly from the world I've so often described to you." His eyes turn distant, recalling a brutal past. As he explains, Viltrum had forged a flawless society, yet this perfection was not easily won. It was decreed that, to secure our dominance across the stars, we must purge the frail from our ranks. The process was savage, unrelenting. Picture Viltrum then, its crimson plains alive with conflict, warriors locked in ferocious combat, each strike culling the weak, to hone the strong. Omni-Man continues, "When the turmoil ceased, nearly half our number had perished. Yet from that ruin arose an indomitable race of fighters. The scars of our world mended, we cast our ambitions outward, beyond our borders." He stands taller, voice firm, recounting, a proposal emerged to extend our order to other planets, to build and broaden a vast empire. This vision met with unanimous accord. Soon after, the High Council sanctioned it, birthing the World-Conquering Committee. Our initial step was to seek out worlds at a pivotal stage, advanced enough to merit inclusion in our realm, yet not so fortified as to defy our might. Envision Viltrumite scouts traversing the cosmos, their instruments charting planets ripe for the taking. Omni-Man adds, "Next, we established orbital watchtowers to store provisions for prolonged dominion and oversee each world from above. The final measure was to dispatch emissaries to the surface, proclaiming our rule. These agents remained, vigilant over the planet's every move. Those who yielded were granted our advancements, tools to elevate their existence beneath Viltrum's reign. Imagine soldiers of Viltrum presenting shimmering devices to a submissive race, their gratitude palpable. Yet Omni-Man's tone darkens as he reveals, those who defied us met a far grimmer fate. Scenes unfold of him and his kin rending resistant aliens asunder, their defiance crushed beneath unrelenting force. He presses on, with our expansion proving triumphant. My people intensified their efforts. We enlisted the subdued races to aid our growth, less adept than our own, but their numbers bolstered our reach. By the time of my birth, Viltrum stood as a nexus of interstellar might, among the galaxy's earliest great powers. There could have been no finer era to enter that world. Word of the committee's victories echoed across Viltrum, its renown swelling until it became the most coveted calling among us. This also clarifies that I was no mere citizen, but a soldier forged in Viltrum's crucible. Naturally, when I reached maturity, I enlisted without hesitation. I joined the search committee, tasked with identifying and assessing planets suitable for conquest. By then, our methods had evolved, sharpened. I served aboard a roving outpost, drifting from world to world as we claimed them. Yet I yearned for more than mere reconnaissance. Like my peers, I craved a direct hand in our conquests. With a steely glint, he recounts, for 3 unbroken years, I vied in trials, proving my worth at last. Imagine me facing automated foes in a Viltrumite proving ground, each blow a testament to my prowess, until a judge, a weathered veteran, nodded approval, affirming my place as a warrior of the Empire. Omni-Man states my tenacity so impressed the recruitment overseers that I earned a coveted station at the vanguard of our ever-widening dominion. I immersed myself in the labor, grueling, yes, but I'd be untruthful to deny the satisfaction it brought. For Viltrum, no deed was too great, no sacrifice too steep, a loyalty that endures within me still. Witness him alongside his comrades, storming a distant world, its native defenders torn apart in a whirlwind of violence, his resolve unshaken. He tells Mark, as we pressed across the galaxy, subsuming one civilization after another, my ascent through the ranks was swift. His hands, stained with the toll of conquest, mark his rise. It was not long before I commanded my own contingent, soldiers I had molded into instruments of Viltrum's will. Time mattered little, whether it spanned 100 hours or 100 years. No society we targeted remained unconquered. Behold a fallen realm, its crowned ruler yielding his sovereignty to me, Omni-Man, amidst the wreckage of his kin, an Unopen race shattered by my hands, their resistance extinguished. He narrates further, our unbroken success owed much to my contributions, for which I was richly honored, first with accolades, a Viltrumite elder fastening a medal upon me as testament to my valor. Then he concludes, and eventually with rewards far greater still. His words linger, a shadow of what lies ahead, as Mark stands silent, grappling with the unyielding legacy of his father's blood-stained path. As Viltrum's dominion expanded, our resources grew perilously thin, strained by the effort to maintain control over countless worlds. Our relentless march across the galaxy ground to a sudden standstill. It became evident that our approach to conquest required refinement. a more calculated method to secure planets without exhausting our forces. Thus, a new strategy emerged. Rather than deploying vast legions to overwhelm a world through sheer might, our most esteemed and trusted commanders, myself among them, were entrusted with individual planets. Our task was to observe and erode their strength over time, subtly preparing them for subjugation. I was among the first selected for this duty. We were instructed to immerse ourselves in the planet's environment, to integrate into its society as one of its own. Beyond ensuring it could never muster the power to resist Viltrum, each world was ours to govern as we saw fit, for 500 years. When that period concluded, the insights we'd amassed would enable Viltrum to seize control swiftly and decisively. To receive such an assignment was an honor, a testament to my years of unwavering service. On Viltrum, where rest was a foreign concept, this was as close to respite as one could hope for. This sheds light on why Omni-Man appeared at ease upon arriving on Earth. For millennia, he had subdued worlds akin to this one, each conquest a testament to his unyielding resolve. Perhaps Earth offered a rare pause, a momentary reprieve from his endless campaign. Envision his descent. Omni-Man lands on this unfamiliar soil, dedicating days to studying its contours. He reflects, Earth was a tapestry of individuality, a stark contrast to the uniformity I knew, a realm utterly foreign to me. Initially, I despised it, questioning my decision to accept this charge. It was an odd, chaotic place populated by peculiar beings, yet it was mine to claim. You see him stepping into its midst, engaging with its inhabitants, absorbing their ways. In his recounting, Omni-Man admits, it was not long before the realization struck me. This would be no simple undertaking. Had the world-conquering committee understood the volatile nature of Earth, they might have deemed it an unsuitable target. Observe him in action. He rescues civilians from the jaws of dragons, repels Unopan intruders, and contends with ceaseless calamities. He muses, the people here seem perpetually besieged by peril. Scarcely had I addressed one danger when another arose, each intent on claiming this world before Viltrum could assert its dominion. This planet was ours by right. I refused to let it slip into the grasp of another conqueror. With a fierce strike, he sends Alan the alien reeling, pondering. Perhaps this Unopan sought allies here to challenge Viltrum's might. Within mere months, my existence settled into a pattern of confronting one menace after another to safeguard humanity. This reveals a deeper truth. Omni-Man's efforts to protect Earth stemmed not from altruism or amusement, but from a possessive instinct. He viewed it as his domain, an extension of his empire, a territory to defend for his own ends, not for the welfare of its people. Then came a turning point. A menacing figure hurls a taxi toward Debbie, its metal frame hurtling through the air. From afar, Omni-Man streaks forward, intercepting it with precision, and declares, when I encountered your mother, I understood that to endure this assignment, I must live among them as one of them. I shared with her the tale of my arrival that you've known since youth, for the true purpose of my presence would have met her disapproval. He stands, shielding her, the wreckage beside them a silent witness. Next, he adapts to Earth's customs. He seizes a would-be mugger by the throat, lifting him effortlessly, noting, embracing human life proved challenging at first. Later, he labors over a typewriter, crafting books to sustain himself, observing, notions such as toil for sustenance, the need to earn one's keep. These were alien to me. Then, in a tender moment with Debbie, he reflects, yet the experience of affection unbound by the duty of procreation was an unexpected gift. This underscores the rigidity of Viltrum's code, where such liberties were unthinkable. Soon after, he battles another foe, remarking, I found myself woven into the fabric of this world's defenders. My Viltrumite strength rendered me unrivaled here, drawing me into a ceaseless chain of exploits. Over time, I noticed my original purpose fading from focus. I had immersed myself too fully in this masquerade. As he speaks, he clashes with a bearded alien adversary, his fists a blur. This also illuminates a profound reality. Debbie alone offered Omni-Man genuine devotion, a warmth absent from his life since birth, naturally drawing him toward her embrace. Then the guardians of the globe enter the scene. He fells a villain with a single blow, stating, shortly after your mother and I wed, I crossed paths with them. He joins their gatherings, adding, I never pledged formal allegiance, yet they embraced me without hesitation. Alongside Red Rush, he acknowledges, in those fledgling years, they guided me, ever willing to lend their expertise to a novice. Certain among them became comrades. Envision him strategizing over chess with Darkwing. At a gathering, the Guardians mingle with their partners, Omni-Man beside Debbie, Immortal nearby, where he confides, yet I was acutely aware they would never permit me to fulfill my objective. Their removal was inevitable. As my tenure on Earth lengthened, I grew increasingly at ease among its denizens, a comfort that gnawed at me with unease. Then came a seismic shift. Debbie cradles you as a newborn, her joy radiant, and he says, your mother's happiness left me no alternative but to rear you as one of them. I could not risk her uncovering my true nature, nor could I reveal it to you. I frequently contemplated spiriting you away, raising you as a Viltrumite in some remote enclave, yet I lacked the resolve to act. Despite my efforts to sever emotional ties with her, I could not refute my deep attachment. Thus, I chose to set aside my obligations temporarily, dedicating myself to your upbringing. I believed your experience in this foreign realm might offer the committee a novel vantage they could not otherwise attain. There they stand, Omni-Man and Debbie, cherishing your early years. He continues, in truth, I found contentment in this existence, though I knew its end loomed. When your abilities surfaced, I recognized the delay had run its course. I initiated the weakening of Earth's bulwarks. You soar beside him, unsteady at first, followed by a stark image. He stands over the fallen guardians, their demise executed with chilling simplicity. Now he confronts you, resolute, and now the moment has arrived for you to stand with me, to ready this world for Viltrum's inevitable claim. I understand this is overwhelming to grasp in an instant. Allow it time, and clarity will come. I regret you must face this revelation amid such turmoil. I intended to broach it sooner, but this is hardly an ideal prelude. You protest, voice trembling. No, this cannot be. You love me. You love Mom. I'm certain of it. Omni-Man interjects firmly. Stop. Hear me, son. That's where I'll pause. If you wish to hear more, I'll share the next chapter. Please like, share, and subscribe to continue this tale.